What's up everyone, Jemillio here with another Superx review. This is phase 2. We have some really cool new stuff to talk about. Also, we're going over some restocks that you may have missed the first time they came around. So let's get right into it. As far as restocks go, they've restocked the Wayne long sleeve. They've restocked the Ronin and the Barton. Now, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to get my hands on a sample of the Wayne and the Ronin, but I did make a review for the Barton when it first came out. So I'm gonna put a link here and even a link in the description for you to check out that review. This review, I'm focusing on their brand new hoodie and jogger set called the Flynn, based off of, I got it right here and I got it right here in the corner there, Tron. So it's called the Flynn, based off of Kevin Flynn from the movie Tron. And also they came out with a brand new lifting belt and some lifting straps based off of Naruto. So let's talk about those. I'm gonna first talk about the Flynn hoodie and jogger set, and then I'm gonna talk about the belt and the wraps. Now, I'm a big Tron fan. I'm not even a huge fan of the plot and the characters and everything. Because for me, it's just the aesthetic. I love the aesthetic. Tron Legacy, I've watched a bunch of times, not even because I love the story. It just looked so freaking cool. I love that world. Then they got Daft Punk to do the soundtrack. It's just like, I could just stare at it. Just aesthetically speaking, I could stare at it. So I was really excited to find out that Superx was coming out with a hoodie and jogger set that is modeled after Kevin Flynn's, suit that he had when he was in the game, when he was in the digital world. And here you can see me wearing it. Now, I am about 5'10", 190 pounds with more of a muscular build, and I'm wearing a medium in the hoodie and the joggers. I'm gonna talk more about the sizing in a little bit, but let's talk about some of the features first. It's that same buttery soft material. I use that term, I've been using that term a lot, buttery soft, because it feels buttery soft. That same buttery soft material that is on the Kent, I'm sorry, not the Kent, it's on the Knight, the Panther, and the Stark. They're using that with all their suits now. It is a cotton spandex polyester blend. It feels very, very good on the skin. It stretches, it moves with you, keeps you warm while also letting go of heat. And what you're gonna notice, what gives this hoodie its specialty is the fact that you have this reflective strip, this reflective silver strip that is stitched all on the front and the hood and the back, except for the X logo, which is embroidered, and then around that is a decal. It's like a fabric decal. It's not a piece of fabric stitched on like it is on the rest of them. If you're wondering what the decal is like, if you have the Rebirth joggers, it's that kind, or if you have the Panther hoodie on the forearms and the joggers, there's that same type of strip. So that's what is on the back of here around the circle, but everything else is stitched on. This hoodie is really special along with the joggers because of the fact that, again, it's reflective. So this is great for people that run at night, because when a car's lights hit you, they're going to make the reflective strips glow. So if you're somebody that cycles at night, bikes at night, this is perfect for you. Run at night, anything, it's gonna glow and stand out. Now let's talk about the sizing. I'm wearing a medium again in the hoodie and the joggers. I should have gotten a large. Now, as far as sizing goes, what you can do is I would recommend staying true to size. If you're someone that wears a large generally in other hoodies, get a large here. You can get away with sizing down simply because of the stretch on the fabric. So if you want it more fitted, you like it tighter, you want to kind of show off your muscles a little bit more, show off the work you did in the gym, you may be able to get away with it going down a size. But generally speaking, I would say go true to size on this. Now, are there things that I don't care for on the hoodie? Yes, one of the things I don't care for are the fact that the pockets are very small. These have baby pockets. Now, I don't really care all that much. Like, I'm not somebody who walks around with my hands in my pockets all the time, but I know that some of you guys, that's a really big deal. You complain about the baby pockets on some of the jackets. This has baby pockets. Some of you guys like putting your hands in a bunch of stuff in your pockets. So if that's the case, this might get on your nerves. Just letting you know, the pockets are very small. Let's go to the joggers. Let's check out what's new on those. The joggers, again, are also a size medium on me, and it has that great reflective strip that goes all the way down, the same as the hoodie. There are 2 pockets on here, zipper pockets, one on the left, one on the right. Again, these are small pockets. They're not as big as some of the other pockets of some of their other pants. They're kind of like baby pockets. So just letting you know, if you like putting a bunch of junk in your pants, these aren't the ones for you. Now, talking about a new feature that they decided to do on these is they changed the cuff on the bottom of the joggers. So the cuff is similar to the cuff that is on the hoodie. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I actually like it. Now, I prefer regular cuffs that they have on like the Panther, they have it on the Stark. I prefer those cuffs. That's my preference. But these work well also. One thing that I wanna say about the sizing of these joggers, I'm wearing a medium. Again, I said I should wear a large, but these are some of the slimmest joggers that they have made. So if you don't like your pants feeling tight, then these may not be the joggers for you. They are very slim. It reminds me of the Barton joggers. Those joggers are some of the slimmest ones that they came out with. Now, it doesn't hinder your movement at all, and it's because they added also an extra feature on these joggers at the crotch. I can't remember what this is called, but it's a different type of material at the crotch of the pants. And essentially what they did, it's like this patch. So there's no center seam that runs all the way up the front and the back. So you don't have to worry about ever splitting your pants. Also, it helps with your thighs rubbing together if you're someone that runs. If you don't like your pants fitting as snug, then these are just a more slim fit, so you are gonna notice that. If you have thin legs, if you're skipping leg day every day, or you do more like hippie calisthenic workouts and you're not really hitting your legs hard, or you're someone who just does a lot of cardio, you just run a lot and stuff like that, then your legs aren't gonna be that thick. You don't have to worry about it that much. I have 26-inch legs. My legs are pretty thick. So, you know, for me, I'm gonna fill up these pants a little bit more. So if you're someone that's doing powerlifting movements in the gym, you're squatting heavy, leg pressing heavy, you got some thick old legs, then these are gonna be tighter on you. Just keep that in mind. But as far as comfort goes, I like them. They feel good, buttery soft, great reflective material, feel high quality. So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, now let's get into the lifting belt and the wrist wraps. I said straps earlier in the review and the straps are different. These are wrist wraps. So anyway, let's talk about the belt first and the wraps. So this obviously, that red cloud is the symbol from Naruto. And I'm wearing a size medium in this belt. Now I could wear a size small. That's generally the size that I wear in belts. I have a 32-inch waist and I have a 45-inch chest. So I have a small waist comparatively, and I wear a small in belts, but I can get away with the medium. As you can see, I moved it here and I have only 2 holes left, but I have all of these holes open, so I could definitely size down. Use the size chart that's on their website. It's very accurate and it'll help you pick the right size for you. Now, what kind of a belt is this? This is a genuine leather belt. It is not a full grain leather belt. Now, what is the difference and should you care? Yes and no. If you're a person who just power lifts in their program, like someone like me, where I barbell bench press, I barbell squat, I deadlift, I overhead press, and I use a belt for doing, you know, decent numbers, then a belt like this is gonna be fine, a genuine leather belt. The difference in this and a full grain leather belt is you have leather that's it's a genuine leather belt, that's generally on the inside, and then you have synthetic material that's on the middle and on the outside. Now, if you're somebody who is a power lifter, like you compete in the sport of powerlifting, and you are usually competing in a nationally accredited organization like USPA or something like that, then you might want to go with a full leather belt, a full grain leather belt. This belt retails for anywhere between like $70 and $90. A full grain leather belt is going to be a good $120 to $150. It definitely is going to stand up to more wear and tear because it's not synthetic at all. It is 100% leather. But if you are more of a casual lifter, again, who just throws in powerlifting movements, kind of similar to what I do, like I'm serious about the gym, but I'm not competing in a powerlifting competition, a belt like this is fine. The leather inside feels very comfortable. The metal lever feels very nice. It feels solid, it feels sturdy. It's not some like cheap plastic composite. I think the symbol that goes all around is really cool. It's comfortable to wear. It's not digging into your sides. The sides are kind of beveled, so it's not sharp and, you know, digging into your stomach. I would say, look, if you're looking for a belt to help you with your deadlifting, squatting, whatever, this is a great belt to pick up. And finally, we have the wraps. Now, I've used these wraps and they work fine. There isn't a ton that I can say about these because these are not custom made for Superx. You could tell these are like a stock item, so it's not like, you know, they're individually made just like the hoodies and joggers are. These are basically just high quality wrist wraps that have the, you know, cloud symbol on them from the tribe in Naruto. But they work well. I mean, they do what they need to do. They're easy to get on and off. I've used wrist wraps in the past that are either way too stiff or are a little too thin, and they kind of swing too far on one side or the other. These actually are kind of that perfect blend. I want something that is stiff enough to keep my wrist straight when I'm pressing, but I don't want something that is so stiff where it's actually hurting my wrist when I put it on. So these are very, very good ones to have. The Velcro feels great. The elasticity on it feels great. One little side point, this is like a side little bonus tip. The point of wearing a wrist strap is to keep your wrist straight when you are doing a pushing motion, and it needs to go over your hand like this so that your wrist doesn't move. If you are putting on your wrist straps at the bottom like this, it's doing jack squat. If you can move your wrist around, it's doing nothing. If you are putting these on for anything other than a pushing movement, why? Just stop. If you're doing lat pull downs with these, stop. If you're doing dumbbell rows with these, stop. The purpose of these is when you are dumbbell pressing, overhead pressing, anything where you're pushing something on a machine or whatever, that's the point of these. It's a side little rant, has nothing to do with these particular wraps. I just see it in the gym all the time and it drives me crazy. But anyway, that's gonna close out our phase 2 wrap up, my phase 2 review. If you guys want a discount on anything on their site, including anything in this drop, please use my discount code Jemil, Jemil at checkout. It'll give you 15% off anything on their store. And one other thing that I want to tell you guys also before I dip out is the reviews are going to be better. I'm going to actually be able to cover everything. That's pretty much what the goal is. Unfortunately, I want to apologize that I'm not able to like review every single thing in the last 2 phases because I haven't been able to get the samples in time, but we are working on me getting all of the samples in time to make sure that I can give you guys as a complete review as possible. I love the fact that I'm able to help you guys make an educated decision on what you're spending your money on. Superx makes some really great clothes. They're very high quality, but let's be honest, they're not cheap. So I want you guys to be as educated as possible. I want you guys to know what you're getting, to know what you're paying for, and to have your expectations met. So that way there's no surprises when you get the items in your hand. So going forward into phase 3, phase 4, the goal is for me to get all of the samples to give you guys a complete review, unless I've already reviewed it in the past. So again, you know, this I wasn't able to review the Ronin or the Wayne in this one, but that Barton review is on my YouTube channel. It's in the link in the description, and I put it up earlier. So please make sure you check that out if you're curious about the Barton. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. And I'll see you guys in the next video for phase 3.